making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, boy, you can't get in my crew. Me, XL and Hoover, way too fireable. When this joint drop, better call the troops. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof. Better raise the roof. You already know what happens when we link up. Let's go. Yeah, I got the juice. Yeah, I got the juice. Big game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing. Time it is. Marvin Devine, Hoover, Axel, and you know how we do. Yeah, I got the juice. Big game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing. Let's go. I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm always pursued cause of what I pursue. That's greatness, yeah, I gotta make it, I got things to lose. Boy, wanna get in my crew, boy, you can't get in my crew. Me, XL and Hoover, way too fireable. When this joint drop, better call the troops. And when you hear the drop, better raise the roof.
People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest, fuck it, you beat it. How they watch you fucking the beat it, not if you want it. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, Turner. People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest, fuck it, you beat it. How they watch you fucking the beat it, not if you want it. Killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest. Timmy, Turner. People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest, nothing to beat it. How you watch it while you know beat it.
Chat, the team will compete in the 11v11 Virtual Pro Gaming League.
People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. How you watch it fucking the beat it. Killing everybody walking. Know that it's on the finest.
Hello guys and welcome to the official Virtual Pro Gaming live stream. We have two matches for you tonight, but first the 8 p.m. kickoff. We have two esports giants competing against each other in the English Esports Premier. We have Queen's Park Rangers Esports taking on Rotherham United Esports. Kickoff is due in 8 minutes time, so let's take a look at the lineups for both teams tonight. For QPR, they are playing the 4-3-3 formation. I know in recent matches they have played a 3-5-2. It wasn't working for them, so recently they have made this change. So 4-3-3, they have Kepa in goal. Playing right back, they have Mousy. Playing left back, they have the captain, manager, ex-Luap. 2 centre-halves, Kenny H and Mr. Salco. Sitting in CDM for QPR tonight, they have TO9 Oizen, which is Tony. 2 centre mids, Dead Power and Freddy. And playing the front three for QPR tonight, playing the wingers is Dubax and Igor Apina, and striker Marco VR. Lineup for Rotherham United tonight, they are playing the 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal, they have Sticky. Left back, Tom. Right back, Lee. 2 centre-halves, Henners and Lasse Larsen. The 2 players sitting in CDM tonight, they have Fez and Howie. And the 3 attacking midfielders are Craig, Jordan and Alex, with the lonely striker with Gad. Here is the current table on the screen. As you can see, it's a league with 10 of the partner teams in the English Esports Premier. All 10 teams are partnered with the VPG. The first week has just gone. Oxford United win 3-on-3 as they sit with 9 points, top of the league. Tranmere, second in the league with 7 points. Northampton Town, third with 6. Rotherham United in 4th. And obviously you can see that QPR mid-table with 5 points. So it's a big game between QPR and Rotherham. 1 point between them. Both wanted to get the 3 points from tonight's match. Here is the team of the week from last week's matches. In goal, they have Mork99 from Rochdale Esports. In left back, it's B Rabsy from Rotherham United. 2 centre-halves, we have Kenny from QPR and King Versa from Northampton. And in right back, we have Carr Taylor for Northampton Town as well. 2 centre mids, we have the Oxford boys, Honey Monster and Who's Ryan. And in CDM, also for an Oxford user, is Mick89. In team of the week for the front three, left wing we have Tanway for Rotherham United, and in right wing we have Captain Big for Southend United. And that lonely striker, we have iRush for Northampton Town. Looking at the top scorers, now this is for the Esports Premier, with the game beginning at 9 o'clock UK time tonight. Obviously you can see there is quite a difference in goals. You can see Goxon 10. We broadcast one of his matches last week for Boys in the Hood. He's sitting clearly high at the top with 8 goals. We have Erin and Styler both playing for Walkids with 4 goals and 2. And the rest of the players are on 2 goals, which are from FK Austria, Tony_10 from OFR, Luca from EGN, I Trulson from Unexpected, Sakun from Thunder Auk, another player from Boys in the Hood, which is Fard 120, and Mark_17 for OFR. If you just joined us and you've missed the lineups, we'll go over them again. For QPR, they are playing the 4-3-3 formation. Kepa in goal. Right back, Mousy. Left back, ex-Luap. 2 centre-halves, we have Kenny and Mr. Salco. And sitting in CDM for QPR tonight, we have Tony, which is TO9 Oizen. 2 centre-mids, Dead Power and Freddy. And 3 front players. On the wing, we have Dubax and Igor Apina. And in striker, Marco VR. The lineup for Rotherham United Esports, they are playing the 4-2-3-1 formation. Sticky in goal. 2 fullbacks, Tom and Lee. 2 centre-halves, Henners and Lasse. 2 centre defensive midfielders. Sitting For Rotherham United tonight, we have Fez and Howie. 3 attacking midfielders, Craig, Jordan and Alex. And we have Gad in goal. Okay, guys, we can confirm kickoff is in 3 minutes. So just sit back, relax, and we'll be back shortly.
You know what time it is. Marvin Devine, Huber, Axel, and you know how we do. Yeah, I got the juice, yeah, I got the juice. Big game cool, make them look like cool. Always play it cool, that's the biggest rule. Forget what they doing, keep on doing. Let's go. I've been making loot since like 22. Ask me how I made it right here in the booth. I'm all
And we are back, guys. Kickoff is due in 1 to 2 minutes time between QPR Esports and Rotherham United Esports. We're going to go over to the live stream to see, hopefully, that they are ready for kickoff. I think both teams are ready. Rotherham United are waiting for 2 players, it looks like. So when they get into the lobby, they can see one jumping in now, Alex. And then they're waiting for one more, and then they'll be ready. I'm joined today with Chris, who'll be with you for tonight's live commentary. Chris,
evening all.
What do you think the results will be for tonight's match between QPR and Rotherham United?
I think personally it's quite difficult to call. I think the formation change from QPR should be an interesting point of contention, really. Judging on the matchup of formations, I can't see anything but benefit from running the 4-2-3-1 against a 4-3-3.
Yeah.
The fullbacks for Rotherham will need to be on the game to try and keep the wingers in check. But other than that, I think the kind of the deep sit of the 2 DMs should counter much of the forward motion from the QPR midfield. It's just a case of whether Rotherham can get enough attacking moves going, really, I think, in my opinion.
Most definitely, yeah. Well, the 4-2-3-1 formation, it is a very good formation to play, especially against the 4-3-3, as there's more in midfield. But it's just how QPR get their line up. If they've got a high line, then if they get more players forward, then it could be crucial for them for tonight.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. I can confirm that QPR have asked for 5 minutes waiting time, so we do apologise for that. They are just waiting on their goalkeeper. So kickoff is due around 5 past for the QPR Rotherham United game. So it's just about waiting now.
I'm sure we could talk things through this. Shouldn't be a problem.
Most definitely, yeah. But sorry, go on.
Sorry. No, please continue.
No, I don't know what I was going to say.
No, what I was just going to follow on from the kind of pre-match discussion is this idea that, I don't know, if Rotherham will need to commit men forward to try and swing their, as you said, they've got more numbers in midfield, but the idea is there might be a bit of a struggle in switching that from defence to attack.
Yep.
In order to get past, and in order to do that, they've got to commit men forward. So if QPR are setting this up to play deep and go for the long ball counter-attack, they could have some joy. Similarly, they could overcommit and overload themselves and have some joy with the wingers cutting inside and acting like a wide front three. But if they try and sit in the middle and play a 4-3-3 in its kind of standard variation, then I can only see Rotherham winning it. It's, for want of a better phrase, to borrow from the films, it's a bold move. They'll need to do one thing or another. I think they'll come unstuck if they just try and play a normal game in that 4-3-3.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be a tough game. Obviously, Rotherham are top at the minute, but based on their teams, it should be an easy win for QPR. No offense to the Rotherham lads, it should be an easy win for QPR considering they are I think they're about 1 to 2 leagues higher. So on paper they should be winning, but it's FIFA, anything can happen. And
exactly, it's just the joy of the form table, right? It's bound to play on QPR's mind as well.
Yeah.
Even though, as you say, in terms of player for player, they've got quality to deal with this sort of side. But I mean, yeah, Rotherham have been doing better in this league so far, and as a result, I think their confidence should be high. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't think that they can have a real go at this QPR team.
Yep. I think it will be close. But I know that QPR, they have found their form now. They did change the formation. They were using the 3-5-2 formation, but they realised that 3 at the back, it wasn't for them. Obviously, that a lot of teams are using it, but
you need the right personnel and the right way of working with it, though. It's an odd one. Everyone seems to jump at it as a go-to kind of default formation on this iteration of pro clubs.
Yep.
But if you don't have, I mean, I don't mean this in a kind of negative way in terms of the individual players' qualities, but if you don't have the right sort of player to tactically play that formation, then it's not something that you should go to just because everyone else is doing it. If you've got players in your team that can play fullback and you know that you work well defensively with a back four, then use a back four.
Most definitely, yeah. As you saw last week, all the Premier teams that we broadcasted, they were all using the same formation. It's the only team that wasn't, which was Season, which have stuck to their own formation, which suits them, which is the 4-1-2-1-2. But
yep.
I think, don't forget, at the start of this FIFA, a lot of people were trying to use the 4-2-3-1 and 4-1-2-1-2, but it was a weird FIFA to start with, and those formations weren't working. So I think a lot of people, I think it was the FK Austria team, they were using the 3-5-2, and they were literally pumping teams 4-5-0, and teams were getting shocked because they committed that many people forward. And I can see, obviously a lot of people are doing that now, still using the 3-5-2 formation, but it doesn't work for everyone.
It's a tricky one. At the end of FIFA 19 and the beginning of this game, everyone was raving about this 3-5-2. It was the idea that you could be defensively responsible with the 2 DMs whilst also overloading in attack. It just gave you best of both options to get plenty of passing options, lots of different passing lanes with the different runners, both wide and through the middle. And also on top of that, you had 2 strikers. So it was this best of both worlds that suddenly everyone discovered and thought was this kind of miracle formation. And now we're reaching into a stage where, I mean, obviously the very, very top tier teams would have been doing this straight away, but we've reached a stage in general pro clubs where players have got their pros up. Everyone has the highest ratings. They have all the different skills and attributes that they need, so that you've got their strength, you've got their jumping. Defenses aren't quite as vulnerable as they were. Plus, you've got the added bonus of lots of teams have had plenty of time to readjust to this new match engine for FIFA 20. And so defenders aren't lunging into tackles and missing challenges by 10 yards anymore.
Yep.
Instead, everyone seems to be a nice cohesive unit. And so, yeah, I think that's where tactics come into play. It's no longer a case of, right, we just want a formation where we can defend through the middle and pump the ball up in a 3-5-2. Instead, now you, as you said with like Season, for instance, going back to something that they may well have played in previous iterations of the game, just because that's what they know. And it might not be kind of on the rumour mill as the most fashionable formation, but it's the same as basically in anything. If it's sometimes better to go with what you know and how you know that you have succeeded in the past, rather than just try the new thing because everyone's doing it.
That's true, yeah, most definitely. Like Season, they've been one of the best teams around for the past, I say, 2-3 FIFAs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised people haven't tried to copy their formation, because they've used the 4-1-2-1-2 all the time, and it just suits them perfectly.
It's one of those odd ones where people play it for a few times, the 4-1-2-1-2, and they just scream at the lack of width they get. And they're just like, well, we can't play like this. And so they just revert back to what gave them instant success before. But, I mean, in all fairness, that formation is very balanced. The thing that you need with that formation, though, is a good squad unit that understands each individual player's style of play. The idea being that if you've got one of the centre mids running forward to support the cam, that cam needs to stay in the middle. It's all about understanding. It's not so much just let a winger bomb forward up on the side of the pitch and LBY it through to him and then cross it or pass it across for a tap-in finish. That's kind of the fundamental plays of FIFA, but with Season, we see that they're much more likely to work on that understanding of each other's games, and therefore that's why they can afford to play that formation. I think if you chucked some of the best names in pro clubs right now into a team together and just put them into a 4-1-2-1-2, I think they'd probably struggle as well. But it's just that benefit of working together for a long period of time and, as I say, understanding each other's games.
Yeah, that's very true, to be honest. Like, I know that most of the teams after each season, like most of the best players, they get a transfer to a new club, and it just doesn't work out at all.
Mm-hmm.
With the Season lot, like, you can tell they've been playing with each other for ages. They have the same players every FIFA, maybe a few changes, like maybe a different player here now and again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely takes time, and I do recommend to anyone else watching this that perfection doesn't happen overnight. It does take time, and just work with the players you've got. And I know they might not be perfect in the first couple of games, but give them time, and I'm sure.
Well, yeah, this is what we see with so many different teams in pro clubs. Though it's the idea that you can assemble a squad full of kind of high reputation players, get them in, and my apologies, get them in at the kind of lowest end of the league pyramid system, smash a league, get some really good stats, get some team of the seasons, team of the weeks, whatever, and kind of rise your glory in lower leagues. But it's no coincidence whatsoever. The top teams across pro clubs have been teams that have stuck together for a long time, on the whole anyway. You don't get many teams that do transfers at the end of the season and swap over an entire squad and just, click straight away. That's a very rare occurrence.
That's true. I know that we've had like some of the best teams in the world have folded due to obviously lack of time. They can't really play much FIFA anymore, which if they were in the top league today in VPG, they would be fighting for the title. Like we had Creative Football from Germany. They were one of the best teams in Germany. Actually, I'd say the best team from Germany. They were fantastic. Their tiki-taka play was outstanding. Did they even win the Esports Premier? 1 second, did they? Nah, they didn't win it. I think they just lost by I think it was on goal difference or by like a point or something. I think that was the year that Season won. And obviously that must have affected Creative Football, and yeah, most of the players now you can see are playing for Ghetto Boys, which we are broadcasting at 9 PM tonight. Yeah, like there was Creative Football. There was Rico Tigers. Rico Tigers, they were a new German team. Like they were very good. Like they started from the bottom and they worked their way up to the top and they were beating all these top teams. And then all of a sudden, they merged with, Boys in the Hood. They merged with them because they were from PC originally. So they came over to PS4, and yeah, now it's Rico Tigers and Boys in the Hood all one team together.
Right, well, it looks like we're about to get underway here. So if you want to introduce everyone and get us started.
Most definitely, yeah. Okay, guys, we do apologise for the late kickoff. It was meant to be 15 minutes ago, but QPR were struggling to get a goalkeeper. I think he just turned up late, or I'll find out afterwards. But yeah, here we are between QPR, Esports and Rotherham United. I'll pass you over to Chris for tonight's live commentary.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's match. We've got QPR here on the left-hand side, attacking towards the right, against Rotherham United. As we've discussed in great detail there at the beginning of the game, it should be an interesting matchup tactically. I'm looking forward to trying to read exactly what happens, but as I say, it does look like QPR are pouring men forward at the moment. It's a kind of desperate clearance there. Looks like something's gone wrong. Yeah.
Fantastic FIFA.
Brilliant. I'm guessing we've had a disconnection or something there that leads them to need to restart the game. But we will be with you ASAP.
Yep, we do apologise for that. It does like a player disconnected. It looked a bit laggy from the start.
Did a bit, yeah.
But hopefully it's not the streamer that lagged out.
No, it looks like it's all going well. Rotherham getting back into the lobby nice and quickly. It's just the... is it the lamb that's missing?
Yeah, it looks like that. But yeah, guys, we do apologise for the late kickoff. It was supposed to be 15 minutes ago. But obviously QPR, the goalkeeper, I think he either let them down last minute or
couldn't get into the lobby, one of the two. And now we've got connection problems on top of that. So
we'll be with you shortly for the match between QPR and Rotherham. We're just waiting on... Oh, it looks like Rotherham United are ready. We're just waiting on the QPR lads to get in.
Hopefully everyone else watching is looking forward to this one as much as we are. But it's just a case of getting it going now. Rubbing my hands in anticipation.
For the people that have just joined the stream now, here is the league table on the screen. Oxford United are currently in first position. Tranmere in second, with Northampton Town in third. Rotherham United, you can see them in fourth with 6 points, who are also playing QPR in sixth with 5 points. So it's a crucial match between both of the sides tonight. 1 point difference, both of them looking to get the 3 points to get themselves further up the table. Kickoff has still not happened yet. I'll check with the QPR lads now to see if they are ready.
Oh, here we go. Connecting.
Yep, just seeing that they're sent. And we are back for attempt number 2.
Hopefully this one goes through without a hitch.
Something must be happening. As you can see on the screen, it does say connecting to opponents. Now, if I was QPR, I would go in the white and blue kit.
Yeah, me too. But I don't know. Individual preference, I suppose.
Perfect. And now we're ready for the kickoff attempt number 2. We do apologise of the little delay. But as you can see, we're into the match now between QPR Esports and Rotherham United. It's going to be a close match between both sides, looking to get the 3 points tonight. And I'll pass you over to Chris for the live commentary.
Welcome again, everybody, and here we are at the second attempt, getting started between QPR and Rotherham United. As Aaron said there's 1 point separating these two teams, and there's a bit of a gap opening up at the top between these two and Oxford in particular. So a win for either team should keep them in check of the top of the table. That'll be what they'll be wanting. Oh, it's a lovely through ball there. Can he get anything away? Good challenge in the end. Out towards the left. And the clearance is late, but it's a long ball forward. I'd expected that sort of play with from the 4-3-3 team, not the 4-2-3-1, but the fullbacks definitely doing their job as well to try and support play, encouraging Rotherham to try and play wide, and that was a bit sloppy there, giving the ball away for a throw-in for QPR. And the through ball was on earlier than that, but he gets the shot away. It's off the post. Ooh, I really thought that there was a much earlier opportunity for the shot, but instead the late pass confused both me and the defenders there of Rotherham as they try and get the ball away. It's switched wide towards the fullback. First time pass. Rotherham sitting very deep here.
It seems a little bit laggy to me. Like when I'm looking at the Rotherham players, it looks like the.
It does look a little bit like the Rotherham players are struggling. I had noticed.
It's like they've got a second delay, but that's from what I just can see. I don't know if that's the case.
Goalkeeper holding onto the ball, and he does distribute it, so I'm expecting that they're moderately happy with it. Just got to hope that this connection sorts itself out soon, because if that is what is causing the issue in their play, it's definitely a noticeable problem. They're struggling to get the ball out, and the long ball is cleared up. I think maybe QPR are smelling the lack of confidence in their play and pushing forward all the more as a result. Long ball over towards the left-hand side. Intercepted well by the defender. Trying to get onto the ball. Some nice quick feet there. Confuse the tracking back of the fullback. Nice ball out. Strong win. Chipped pass. Headed back into the centre of play by QPR. Here we are. The striker's coming deep to get the ball. Can he get this out on the left-hand side? He can't. It's a good challenger to follow up, and some very good strength shown. Lovely work there, evading the three men's challenge. Let's try and get this into the box now. Strong defence. It's fascinating stuff, really. It's Rotherham playing very much the deep line and the fast counter. But QPR so far doing well to win the ball back early. Another good strong challenge here, giving QPR an opportunity to flood more men forward, out towards the right-hand side. And back in. Well closed down as the 1-2 was there, ready to release the man on the left. Running through the middle of the play here. The ball's on, it's just not releasing for the pass. Leading to possession being given up once more. Back into the middle of the pitch. Good drag back and a cheeky attempt at a chipped through ball, but it was on his weaker foot and on the spin, so the accuracy and power just wasn't there. Good challenge once again. Sloppy to give the ball away there on the forward press, but wins it back. And here we go again. Anything to be doing here? That's a good challenge again. Need to get this ball out. Rotherham have had time to get forward from their defensive line. They're actually committing some men now. He's offside there, unlucky.
That was close. I thought he was just going to turn in and shoot them.
Yeah, it's fortunate that for some reason I was definitely looking at the linesman for a change. Normally I'm very confused by them. But clocked that one nice and early. Good turn, good play here. Nearly lining up the long shot on the edge of the area. They're very effective in the recent patch of the gameplay. Nice ball down, threaded down the left-hand side, but considerable size difference between attacker and defender there, meaning that he was able to brush him off the ball. And one in the air again. Into the middle for Rotherham and out towards the marauding fullback. Nice little turn there to get past the press. You can see here, this is what we were talking about before the game. Got a 3-on-3 effectively until the fullback catches up on the opposite side. Can't take advantage of that just yet. I'm sure as Rotherham get the ball again and forward, QPR will be looking for that long ball and try and at least match the defence for numbers to make use of those wingers / wide forwards to get in on goal. Going wide there, not much in the way of support, so spins and tries to get around the outside of the fullback. And the referee gives a foul for that. Seems a little bit harsh. Also interesting, the high line by QPR there, considering where the wall is. And yeah, they've just spotted that and marked the man on the front post. If he can get that away, no. Blocked out in the end. Lots of space on the wings here. Just need a burst of pace to try and get through. Oh, lovely little pass. And blocked off, but good challenge. It's fascinating to see just the one big defender just trying to shield the ball against effectively what looks like 3 wasps running at him. Out on the left here, worked back into the middle. Ooh. Goalkeeper.
They're not being crucial with their attacking tonight. As soon as they get the ball up top, they're just... Oh,
here we go. The goalkeeper's been a bit sloppy there. And we've got a 1-0 lead here for Rotherham after a mistake from the goalkeeper. Trying to throw that out and didn't get enough height on the ball, leading to an interception. And it's CAD with the goal on the stroke of half-time. Rotherham will be ecstatic about that, really. Opening 10 minutes there of that first half as it comes to an end. QPR were in the ascension, and then Rotherham grew into it, committed a lot of men forward without actually creating much in the way of an actual goal-scoring opportunity. But it's just that one mistake there at the end of the first half that gives Rotherham the opportunity to go into the break 1-0 up. As I say, Aaron, it's been interesting to watch. I think that, as I say, at the very beginning, QPR were kind of in charge of things, and Rotherham just grew into it without doing much. But I think on the whole, Rotherham were the better team there.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, obviously, QPR, they're obviously having most of the possession, and they're lacking in the final third. Like, as soon as they get the ball, none of them want to shoot. It's like they want to pass it into the goal. And yeah, the mistake gave Rotherham the lead. So QPR need to do quite a bit to get into this. They need to be crucial in their final third and hopefully not concede any more silly goals.
Yeah, the problem I can foresee here for QPR, unfortunately, is just that in this formation, you really do want to be on the counter-attack. And now that Rotherham have the lead, I can't see them giving away too many easy opportunities. My word. Can't see them giving away too many easy opportunities for that counter to actually happen. Unless they do things like this. And the ball is given away. There's a man in the middle here. Can he be found? He can. Oh, the turn and the shot was on there.
Oh, very close.
I'm surprised that first man there didn't take the shot, to be honest. Little spin on the ball. Didn't even need to be a large animation skill move. Just move off the defender. Try and take a finesse shot on the snap. But no. Instead, the pass was made, as you alluded, trying to pass it into the net a little bit. Winger's on the ball, but the defender steps across well. It's out for a throw-in.
You can't really tell much between them, really. Like, obviously, this QPR side, they are in the league above, in the Europe League. But you can tell there's not much difference in level.
No. I think Rotherham have actually equipped themselves quite well, in fairness. And here we go. Yeah, I was just about to say, if it, that's what you want from the 4-3-3. Lovely ball across, needs to hit that first time, and we have an equaliser. Oh, Rotherham.
Pina. I remember him back in the day. He used to play when I used to manage QPR. He was a fantastic player, and I think he wasn't playing that much anymore. But looks like he's back, and he's getting the crucial goals for QPR.
Yeah. I don't understand how Rotherham allowed themselves to get into that situation, really. 1-0 up, you're playing the formation that effectively shuts down this formation of QPR's. Just sit back with a deep line and retain possession. Instead, the defensive lines tried to step up beyond the halfway line, and that through ball just tore them apart. Nice ball towards the edge of the box, though. Ooh, tried to thread that through to the right side. Well won back. I think the Rotherham defence can probably hear me. They just stood still about 10 yards inside their own half there. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too late in terms of holding on for dear life. They need to try and get a winner again now. Both fullbacks stepping up, trying to support the play for Rotherham. That's what's causing the problem. As I say, it's a 4-3-3. They've got the wingers. You need your fullbacks to be staying in an actual defensive line in the back four. It's a good challenge, though, to recover it. And it's all very...
Oh, he should have threw it.
Just shoot. Oh, it's every time.
Oh, he could have threw him on the left. He was wide open.
Once again, you can see on this left-hand side in particular, the wingers cutting across, acting like a striker whilst the striker holds up the ball. It's just freeing up so much space on the channels.
I think Rotherham here, obviously they're keeping possession well. I think they're just gonna. I think it probably will stay 1-1. They're gonna try to keep as many men back as possible. As you can see, there is a lot of players getting back. The only way QPR will get involved in this is if they counter, and it looks like they're
nice ball across. Finally takes a shot, but what is he doing? Just press B. Just press B. The mantra of many a pro club's defender there. Just press B. Oh, sorry, PS4.
And PS4,
my fault.
It's circle, I guess.
Yeah, my bad, everybody. Just outed myself as an Xbox player. Apologies. Into the middle there for Rotherham. Oh, thing is, there's still time for both teams to do something here. Rotherham, they could either fully commit and try and go for the attack, or they could sit back and try and get the point. But the way it's playing, I think the attackers for Rotherham want to get a goal, whereas the defence are clinging on for dear life. And QPR definitely are trying to press and get that winner. They want to be overtaking Rotherham in the table by the end of the night. Nice cut inside, pass towards the edge of the box. Good spin. Get the shot away. Oh, good tackle in the end, but it doesn't stop the frustration.
It would have been a very nice goal, that nice little turn.
It was lovely. Lovely little... Well, it was a scoop turn, wasn't it? It's... Oh, nice bit of skill. Needs to work this towards the edge and probably over to the left. Tries to go through the middle instead. Crowded out and the interception's made, but Rotherham get the head to it. Oh, QPR have got an opportunity again. We're in the final 10 minutes of this match, plus stoppage time. We're entering the scrappy midfield stage, as it seems. Ball's out on the right-hand side. Well found. Oh, there's space in that middle there. Instead it goes right, and is that going to go out of play? It's well held up in the end. Nice drag back and pushed forward, trying to play a bit more direct here, QPR. They've got the pace on the wings. There's a threaded through ball. Strikers need to try and make some space, or at least move into a channel and bring defenders out of position. Oh, it's a nice idea, trying to pass that in at the near post. Rotherham actually read that one in the end. Oh, it's a sloppy throw in there. No call, obviously, as the ball is played into the middle. Good challenge. Can he strike this? We have a winner. Surely the 3 points here for QPR. They've been much the better team in this second half. They seem to have got their acts together after the first, where they kind of went off the boil a little bit. But yeah, they've put this Rotherham team under so much pressure in the second half, and finally it's told with 3 minutes remaining.
A Freddie Halkar goal.
Oh, good pressure and good reading by the attacker there, preventing the ball being cleared quickly. Rotherham will want to get this underway swiftly. Not like that, perhaps. It's a very dangerous ball, but it's been kept in, nodded forward, and then back into the middle. This ball needs to be moved forward fast here. There's possibly a chance for one attack, but it needs to be very quick.
Ooh.
Ball is played into the middle. I think he's onside as well. It was a good challenge. That may well have won them the game, that.
This is their last chance of the game.
Yeah, it's, unfortunately, I don't think they can play this one short. They haven't got time. Unless it's delivered quickly, but yeah, headed at the near post and out by QPR. Will the referee blow his whistle soon?
That must be over now.
Oh, it must be. Oh,
It's got to be over, is it?
no.
Okay.
We've still got time. Well, they need to just, launch this one forward.
And hope.
But it goes straight out of play. And there will be the whistle, surely. Yes, there it is. And the match has finished. It ends QPR 2, Rotherham United 1. Rotherham took the lead on the brink of half-time and looked like they were going to get the 3 points. But then upon the start of the second half, QPR really rallied and got their got their concentration together, I think is the PC way of putting it. And as a result, they were able to work their way back into the match. Rotherham's game management in this is effectively what let them down, in my opinion. The idea that they could have sat back and tried to hold on to a 1-0 win, or at least a 1-1, but they seem to go for it a little bit too much, leading to QPR having the opportunities on the counter. Do you agree with that, Aaron, there?
Yeah, most definitely. Like in the first half, obviously QPR's goalkeeper made a mistake to give Rotherham the 1-0 lead.
I do hope that wasn't the same person that was late to the lobby, because otherwise I think the team talk post-match is going to be quite interesting.
Most definitely. But like I said, QPR, to get into the game in the second half, they had to get as many men forward, and they did that perfectly. They pressed Rotherham, and they knew that Rotherham on the ball, that either there was causing a delay in when the defence would want to clear it, or like QPR probably noticed that and saw the mistakes they were doing and got the goals they needed to get the 3 points.
Yep.
So
Well,
that 3 points will probably get QPR into the top 4 or top 3, I would say. After that one.
I think it depends on how other results go, but yes, should put them in very good stead.
Okay, guys, that is it for the match between QPR Esports and Rotherham United Esports. It ended in a 2-1 win for QPR Esports. If you want to check out the highlights of this match, go into our YouTube channel, Virtual Pro Gaming, and the full match will be on there from tonight's match. We'll be back in 15 minutes time for the Esports Premier Europe action. Between two giants of the game today, we have Limit taking on Ghetto Boys. We'll see you guys in 15 minutes.
People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest, fuck bitch you beat it. How do you watch it, fucking no beat it. Body for wallet, killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest, Timmy, Turner. People wishing for a burner, killing everybody walking. You know that it's on the finest, fuck bitch you beat it. How do you watch it, fucking no beat it. Body for wallet, killing everybody walking. Know that it's all the finest, Timmy, Turner. People wishing for a burner, killing everybody home. You know that it's all the finest, nothing to beat it. How you watch it, but you know beat it.
Chat, the team will compete in the 11v11 Virtual Pro Gaming League.
People wishing for a burner, killing everybody home. How you watch it, but you know beat it. Killing everybody walking, know that it's all the finest.